Hello everyone, today's video is going to be my winter palettes. These are palettes that scream winter to me. I have done one for every other season. I will link all of those videos down below. The official winter season will be here very shortly, so I figured now is the best time to show you guys my winter eyeshadow palettes. A lot of people are doing like a Christmas eyeshadow palette thing. I only have one palette that kind of screams Christmas and then one palette that kind of screams New Year's. So most of these are going to be blue, they're going to be cooler toned. Those are just the types of colors I tend to reach for in the wintertime. And the palette that got me this look will be the last palette I showcase in this video. Also, while you're here in the very beginning of this video, I want to thank every single one of you who watched this video in the midst of all the Vlogmas videos. There's a lot of videos. My watch later playlist is very long, and I just love and appreciate that some of you guys choose to watch my videos over some other people's videos, and I just want to say thank you and I appreciate it. My views have been relatively stable. I thought they were gonna plummet a little in the December Vlogmas season because I'm small, and I'm sure there's more entertaining people to watch, but I want to thank you all for being here, and I'm gonna show you guys the one palette in my collection that actually kind of screams Christmas, and the palette itself doesn't scream winter whatsoever. The Feral palette from Menagerie. This outside packaging has nothing to do with Christmas, it has nothing to do with winter, but it is the only palette in my collection that has a true red and a true green, and you have some other versions of green. I'm hoping that I can make a video and upload it on Christmas Day regarding a green and red look, so if I can do this, get it up on Christmas Day, that would be so fun. It's not gonna be what I wear on Christmas Day, but I figured it would be fun to do a really intricate, just a fun look, just playing around with eyeshadow, and probably use this palette. Now this palette screams New Year's to me, and it is the Urban Decay Stone Vibes. I know a lot of you guys have this palette. I received this for Christmas a couple years ago when it came out. I have multiple pans in here, and I also want to make a video nearing Christmas time, so I gotta film it soon because I've been pre-filming. A silver and gold look, like the song Silver and Gold, that song, because you have a silver whitish shade and a gold shade. These are just, they're more like toppers, and as they've gotten older, they have definitely gotten drier. But I love this formula. I am so disappointed that Urban Decay didn't stick with something like this in this format. I'm sure they could have done so much with this, especially like this is just Stone Vibes as a whole. But if they hyper focused on certain gemstones, like you can make themed palettes and it would look so cool and unique and be a whole new line. Urban Decay really missed the mark there. But these are very beautiful. They sparkle like nobody's business. To me, it just screams New Year's Eve. And it's probably gonna be the palette I do wear on New Year's Eve. I talked about these in my gray eyeshadows video, so I'm not gonna go too ham on them here, but I usually wear my cool toned eyeshadows in the winter time. So what's really unfortunate is because this year I'm doing No Pain Left Behind, and December right now is gonna be a dumpster fire in terms of my palette roundup, because really the palettes I'm using I don't really want to use, but I have to use shades to hit my goal, except for today I chose to do this look. So I think I've only used this once this year, only because I think I can use all the shades in one look and call it a day. The Essence Taupe It Up palette. It is a lovely, stunning little palette. These palettes are so good. I wish Essence eyeshadow formula was this consistent across the board. It just isn't. But these little 6-pan palettes are really great. I tend to use mine only for travel, but this little palette is such a good staple, and my favorite two shades are these two on the ends, but super quick and easy winter look. But this is a nice quick little palette. My Of Quartz palette, this has a lot of gray tones in it, cooler tones in it. Okay, like I said, I kind of went more in depth about these gray eyeshadows in that gray eyeshadows video, so I'm going to put that down below. Blow and Smoke here, take it out of the packaging, really nice. And it's literally white, gray, and black in this beautiful silver shade. I love silver in the winter time. I didn't want to go in depth with these because I have a whole video that I've done relatively recently about gray eyeshadow, so I will link my gray eyeshadow video down below. I have 3 palettes that are very blue heavy, and I think of winter, I think of snow, I think of being frozen, I think of the blue, the sky. So I wanted to showcase the blues in my collection, and Wizard here is number 1. This is from Fantasy Cosmetica. I love Fantasy Cosmetica, and I highly recommend their eyeshadows. This has a plethora of blues in it, and I need to use it again. But this has like a duochrome, can you see in the mirror? Like a red to blue type of shift in that one shade. So when you do get frostbite and you turn into that blue blackness with a tinge of red, there you go. But I really enjoy the range of the shades. You have extremely light, you have darkness, you have a pop of a different color to bring in some interest. You have a light shimmer, you have a darker shimmer. It is just a very well-rounded palette, and I'm very comfortable making full looks out of this palette. Everyone's favorite for the winter season is the BH Blueberry Muffin. And I am unsure if this is still available, but this one has some gray tones, it has blue tones, you have the silvery shades, you have some nice neutrals to range your looks, you have some blues to add some color, you have the lightness, and you have a good range of the shades. You have dark, you have mid-tone, you have light. I really enjoy this palette, and I have created so many beautiful looks with it this year, and I can't wait to use it more next year. This one is marketed as a summer palette, which I truly do not understand. This is the Moira Magic Dreaming and the Moira Land series palettes. I have 2, this one and the other one. I got these in a giveaway, so I did not spend my own money on them. And it is one of these types of packagings. It's very thick. It's a very thick palette, so it takes up a good chunk of space on my bookshelf here. But to me, this doesn't scream summer whatsoever. And it also doesn't scream like an amusement park at all. You have cooler tone browns. You have these really beautiful, shifty mid-tone colors. Then you have these blues. Sometimes I think pink and purple kind of just, depending on the tone, I think they really fit in the winter vibes. So I think these 2 really fit the vibes of this palette. I don't think this is a summer palette whatsoever. This is really, to me, a wintry palette. But this one screams winter to me. You got the cool tone browns, you have the blues, you have a lot of depth with this dark blue eyeshadow. The formula is really nice in these Moira palettes. If you see a Moira palette that you really enjoy the color story of, I highly recommend you get it. But it's just weird to me, like you could package this in a wintry themed palette and it would totally go. Like they could repackage it and people would buy it. The last 2 palettes is cool tones with a blue with a twist. That's the best way I'll put it. I'm going to be putting my ABH Sugar palette in this video. This is definitely leaning more cooler toned. You could definitely do this similar look to this with this palette. This is not what I'm wearing, but you have a blue, you have a like a silvery toppery shade, which I think just looks like snow on the eyes. You have some cooler tones and then some shades of purple. Like I said, certain tones of purple I think really fit with the winter vibes. And to me, this screams more of a winter palette. I'm thinking winter to spring, just because there are some of these lighter tones. Like I think some of these pinks and purples can really be more springy. I really enjoy this palette and I love this palette. I haven't tried any of the new ABH formulas, so I really enjoy this one. I really like how they're doing these smaller palettes, although these are not technically the size I most gravitate towards, or bigger palettes or be something I'd be more likely to gravitate towards. But this is cool with blue with a pop of twist, with a twist. So this is in this video. I really enjoy this palette. Last and final palette for me to show you guys is the Blend Bunny Dollhouse. Don't quote me, but I'm thinking they are maybe getting rid of the Dollhouse palette. I think it's been on sale. The packaging's okay. It's a little boring, but it's fine. It's the inside that really drawed me in. It is a bigger palette. What I used is these 3 mattes here, and then I use this blue shade and I use this white shade. So that is what is on my eyes today for this wintry look. To me, this really is a more winter focused palette. You have more toned down shades as a whole. I feel like this green row would be really pretty for the holidays because they bring out the green. That would be really pretty. These cooler toned shades here in the center, to me, just be like a little dead-like in the best way possible. But I have a blue, which is all over my lid, and then this white shade, which I always think of these shades kind of like snow. Because like, look at that. It looks like snow. And especially if I were to just blend it out of my hand, it looks glimmery, like snow would be. This is the last palette in this video. It is the palette I have on my eyes today, but I really enjoy the formula. Trying this makes me want to get other Blend Bunny palettes. These mattes just blended so beautifully, but these shimmers are also really good, and I've heard since this palette, their shimmers have gotten a lot better. So I'm just overall impressed with this palette, and I would be very interested to try other Blend Bunny palettes later. Those were all my winter palettes that remind me of winter. Comment down below, what is a palette in your collection that reminds you of winter? Do you have any Christmassy palettes? I know Odin's Eye has a bunch of them, and I know a lot of you guys must have them. If you enjoy this video, please like, comment, and subscribe for more fun makeup content. And I just want to again thank you all for watching this video, for engaging with my content, for being with me, choosing this video to watch in the sea of other Vlogmas videos. I'm not doing Vlogmas, but I'm still posting my normal content throughout the month, and I just want to appreciate you guys for clicking on this video. It means the world to me. I hope you guys have a good holiday season, and I shall see you guys next time.